just made something I love so much and someone I love so much. And
let's have a chat about the Favours. Hello everybody, today I'm going to be telling you guys all about my favorite band, The Favours. The Favours were created back in 2024 when the band created an Instagram account called We Should Start a Band. And let me tell you, when they started this, me and my best friend Helena, we were going crazy every single time they posted. Like, we would be in PE and they would post and we would freak out every single time. They officially started writing their debut album called The Dream in late 2023, but that wasn't their first time ever writing something together. You may recognize the names Ash and Phineas together by their hit song Till Forever Falls Apart, which came out in March of 2021. Ash and Phineas loved writing together so much that they started a band with all their friends, David Marianelli on drums and Ricky Gervon on guitar and bass. What makes The Favours so interesting is that Ash and Phineas sang on every single song on that album. And in their 1970s aesthetic, they're basically Fleetwood Mac. The next bit I'm going to talk about is all alleged. Okay, so do not cancel me for saying this, but Ash and Phineas are secretly in love with each other. Okay, I believe this to be true because of their song Till Forever Falls Apart, and they continued a relationship together after that. When they wrote that song, it was just soon after Ash had divorced her husband at the time, which is interesting because meaning that I think she was single. I'm not like 100,000% sure, but I will edit it in if she was or not. And Phineas was dating Claudia at the time, but also very important to note that Ash is in fact married now. She is married to a man named John Canada, and they got married a week after their final show at Austin City Limits Weekend 2, and I happened to be there, which was pretty awesome because I get to say I was at the final Favours show. They're done now. They aren't doing anything else, and I was there, which is really freaking cool. My favorite thing ever about the Favours is that they are aware that they're like Daisy Jones and the Six. I will insert clip here.
Daisy Jones and the Six, which to me is kind of a like Fleetwood Mac parallel. I think like if you look at those things and then you look at like Ash and me both singing lead, like male female lead vocalists, like just obvious comparisons to be drawn there. So I got no problem with that. I think, you know, Fleetwood Mac is a seminal reference point for so many people, and happy to be in the legacy of it.
Awesome. And it's so cool because it's basically the same thing. Ash and Phineas are basically Billy and Daisy, if you think about it, because Ash and Phineas in love with each other, allegedly, but can't be in love with each other because they're with other people or not in the right headspace for it in the right time. You know what I mean? I love The Favours so much, and if you haven't heard of them, you should go listen to them right now because their sound is very much so Fleetwood Mac, 1970s pop folk inspired, and I do not understand how they're not super popular. Like, they literally have under 1 million monthly listeners right now, so if you listen to them, they could be your niche artist, you know what I'm saying? I wrote out a little family tree sort of thing for The Favours because it's pretty interesting, but so basically, as we all probably already know, Phineas and Billie Eilish are siblings, okay? And this doesn't have anything to do with The Favours. I just find it interesting. Phineas is engaged to a woman named Claudia Slutsky, and I love her YouTube videos. Like, I watch them every month when they come out. It's a little bit weird to think that Phineas is dating a woman who looks very similar to his sister Billie. I know it's crazy to say that, but I think that's kind of weird. I also don't think it's like that big of a deal. Like, obviously they love each other like they're siblings, but like, it's just a little bit strange, isn't it? I also want to point out this was Phineas at Ash's wedding, and I was actually looking through these photos today, and one of my friends sitting next to me asked, "Are they married?" And I said, "You would think so, but no." Also, I was reading Ash's Substack a while back, and I noticed that Phineas was wearing a jacket, and then in another photo that Ash had posted, they were doing an interview, Phineas had given Ash his jacket to wear. And I was like, that's very coupley activities of you guys to be doing that. I don't know, it's very interesting. Ash kept her first marriage very under wraps. Like, nobody really knows any specifics about it besides moral of the story. And I'm so pissed that I can't add in any clips But like that song is so freaking iconic. Like like I would like my freaking microphone. I couldn't use my microphone either. Anyways, because this video isn't really a vlog, I'm gonna insert some clips from me at Austin City Limits seeing the Favors. Here's me at Austin City Limits. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and I will see you next week.